So, it's been a while. Let's see. So, first of all, I should probably explain the thumbnail, assuming I go with that. I definitely still think Obama was the best choice between Hillary and McCain. Absolutely. And I guess I should also explain the graphic liberals get the bullet too. That, I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting thing. I am pretty far left by many people's accounts. I'll show my political quadrant score, which I don't know how accurate that is, to be honest. It was bottom left, obviously. Now, specifically with dope, Obama didn't stop the drug war. Even marijuana is still legal in most states. And there's people dying in Mexico and South America and the United States. I mean, crime is coming to the United States. Like, I'm not like a huge anti-immigrant. I mean, I'm pro-legal immigration. It's kind of a polarized issue. There's a really good video on the subject that's an angle a lot of people aren't covering on Honey Badger Radio, which is probably going to be controversial to some people here, which I'm going to get into more detail later in this video. But I'll put a link to that video. It tackles a very interesting element of the immigration issue. I haven't really been following the coverage, but according to them, that's definitely not what people are talking about. And it doesn't surprise me because I understand what's going on in the media and the left and the right. Also, I should just give a warning that I don't know if I'm going to edit out the violent parts, but the video game footage I'm showing has some violent stuff in it. So, like, don't watch this unless I decide otherwise. You can just listen to this and switch to another tab or something so you don't have to watch it. But yeah, if I have time, I'll edit it. So I dropped out of politics after the 2008 election. A big part of it was disappointment of Obama. I knew he was a moderate. Even in the primaries, I knew that his opponents were painting him as a extremist, which he wasn't. But it benefited him in the primaries, so he kind of just accepted the narrative. And then for the general election, I honestly think appealing to the base is a better strategy than trying to get moderates. The reason why Hillary lost in 2016 is because the Democratic and the left base were depressed because she was just a really bad candidate. And I did vote for her, but knowing what I know now, and also men's issues, and obviously just the Clintons and their corruption and their narcissism, I think 8 years of the Clintons is worse than 4 years of Trump. If Clinton were to get nominated again for the 2020 election, I'd probably vote for Trump. But what I'm hoping, and I don't know how likely it is that he'll be a front runner, but Andrew Yang, he's running on universal basic income as his main platform. There's going to be millions, actually tens of millions of jobs lost over the next few decades due to automation. It's already happening. And even without the job loss, I support universal basic income because, like, I'm a far leftist or whatever the hell they want to call me. But, let's see. I dropped out of the after 2008, actually 2009, kind of. It was Obama and the Democrats, and they were all like just supplicating to the Republicans. And I don't think they're like, the Democrats are bought off by the corporations. And if I vote, I'll vote for Democrats. I have voted, and I don't remember, like, if I voted in the 2012 election. Honestly, I don't even remember. But yeah, I voted for Hillary. I didn't follow the primaries at all. If I had followed the primaries and had been invested with Bernie Sanders and knowing what I know about men's issues and everything like that, I might not have voted for Clinton. I don't know if I would have voted for Trump. I might have just voted for Democratic down ballot candidates. I don't know, maybe voted Green Party as a protest. I actually did vote for Nader despite his stance on Israel, which I don't know. Like, I might change the channel name, the Anti-Conformist. I mean, like, in some ways, like, I am an anti-conformist just in general in life, but like, I think a critic could make the argument that I'm not anti-conformist, like with the Israel issue. Like, even though I'm far left, I'm Jewish, so like I have a natural inclination to support Israel. So since I'm Jewish and I naturally support Israel, people would say that even though I'm far left, I'm a conformist for supporting Israel. I don't know. I don't want to get too much into that in this video. I might do a separate video. I will say that, like, I'll just give you an example. Yasser Arafat, who was the prime minister of Palestine for a while, he amassed $1 billion of personal wealth while he was in office. And when you consider, like, it's a country the size of New Jersey, maybe smaller, getting $1 billion, like even $1 million of private wealth is, like, incredibly corrupt. So when you see, yeah, the Palestinians are definitely suffering, but it's mainly due to their own leadership. They could use the money to rebuild the country, but instead they're using money to fight Israel. Israel has given up land, like they gave up part of the Gaza. And in the first place, like in 1948, it's the Arab countries who seized control. Like Egypt seized control of Gaza, Jordan seized control of the West Bank, and Syria seized control of the Golan Heights. So it was really the Arab countries who took away the Palestinian territory from the Palestinians. But there's been an incredibly rewriting of history, and I'm seeing the same thing now with the men's rights and feminism. And I don't know how much I'm going to get into this in this video, but I'm a men's rights activist / advocate. Some would say I'm not a activist because I'm not doing anything in real life, but I am advocating for men's rights. I've spoken to people about it. I've lost some friends because of this. I'll probably lose a lot of subscribers because of this if I continue to talk about it. Okay, another thing, I'm transgender. I'm not able to transition. I have been taking hormones for the past 10 months. If I do start doing videos on this channel, I might, like, start doing things in a female voice, which might lose me some subscribers. I don't know. Like, the progressive people who would be supportive of that are going to be turned off by the men's rights. So, like, and also, like, I know, like, having a deep voice, like, people like to listen to it. I guess it's a blessing and a curse. Like, it's a blessing if I wanted to be a guy, but I don't want to be a guy, so I don't want a deep voice. I've been trying to get voice lessons, but even though I'm an adult, I'm living with my parents because I have a chronic illness and I'm disabled and I can't work. That's part of the reason I voted for Hillary Clinton, because I was afraid I was going to lose my disability benefits, and I actually have lost food stamps. I don't know if it's because of Trump, but I think there's more state things going on in my own state, which I don't want to say where I'm from. I suppose people could guess where I'm from the accent, but I might have moved. Who knows? I'm not going to say whether I moved or living in my hometown. Now, for the 2016 election, I think I might have mentioned this earlier in the video, but yeah, I did mention this. Andrew Yang for president, who's running on universal basic income, which I think in a lot of ways will benefit men, because men are disproportionately affected by poverty. 75% of homeless are men, and 90% of unsheltered homeless are men. And I think, like, men are like 9 times more homeless men are 9 times more likely to die than homeless women, which I think kind of mirrors the unsheltered homeless ratio. That's part of it. Just people are more likely to help women. It's unfortunate, but true. And there's also, like, a lot of women who are fighting for custody of their children so they can get child support from men who can't afford to pay it. So universal basic income will hopefully disincentivize that behavior. I mean, there needs to be more done than just that. And honestly, I'm not very hopeful that that's going to happen. Now, the men's issue too, like, I'm far left, but I was born male. I've lived, I'm not going to say my exact age, but 35 plus years as a hetero male. I'm Jewish, but I look white. I don't know. I consider myself white, but some people don't consider Jews or Armenians to be white, which is, I don't know. It's kind of silly. But I think the alt-right is partially due to the social justice movement. It's kind of a response to that. Not completely, but I think that's definitely made an insurgence in that. So I might talk about that stuff. There's a video by, I think his name's Monday Blue. I'll post the name in this video. It's like, it talks about like the left and having kind of a shadow actor or a bad actor, which I don't know if it's like 100% correct assessment, but I think there's something like that going on, definitely, on the left. And it's just like rotten to the core. As the saying goes, like a bad apple spoils the bunch. And I see like feminism, social justice is a poisoned well. There's like no redemption. And I know a lot of people are just going to dismiss me out of hand. I don't know if anyone's seen the Young Turks interview with Cenk Uygur and Karen Strawn, where he just like has a complete meltdown at the end of the video. I haven't even watched it because like I like used to watch the Young Turks, and I used to have a lot of respect for Cenk, even though like we didn't agree on the Israel issue. Like he was at least somewhat moderate on the Israel issue compared to the far left, some people on the far left. But I don't know. I mean, that's partially maybe because Dave Kohler was there, who's like a producer of the Young Turks. But even with that, like I've watched, there's this channel, Atheism Isn't Unstoppable, which I don't really watch that much, but like they do like takedowns of the Young Turks, which is kind of satisfying. It's because, like I said, I used to be a huge fan of the Young Turks, and I'm still like far left. And I mean, like I said, you can see my political quadrant score if you don't believe me, not that it really matters. And I don't think it means a lot. I think it's just, as the saying goes, the map is not the territory. Okay guys, so before I get to the end of this video, there's something I wanted to add. It's actually been a few months since I recorded this, and I've just been busy with my new channel and other things that I haven't gotten around to editing this until now. But what I want to say is that I recently did a video on my new channel about Andrew Yang. The reason why I did that is because I found out he spoke out against circumcision, which he's not necessarily saying that we should ban circumcision, but he is like saying that we should take a more critical view on this, which I agree with, even though I'm Jewish. When I first heard about people being against circumcision, I had sort of a knee-jerk reaction against it. Or, I mean, against the people advocating against circumcision, because, like, I thought it was anti-Jewish, but, like, now that I've gotten into men's rights, I've changed my mind on that, and I support they call themselves intactivists, because they want to keep the genitals intact. So, I did a video on that on my new channel. I'm going to put a link to that at the end of this video. Maybe I'll do a link here also if I remember to. I was kind of hesitant to tell people about my new channel just because I know there's like a lot of feminists on the left, and I was afraid that my channel, and I still am afraid of this, that my channel will get like run over by a bunch of feminists or just people who, I don't know, people who are against men's rights. I don't know why it shouldn't be like, I mean, if you're for equality, you should be for men's rights. But I know there's been like a lot of propaganda against men's issues, so there's probably a lot of males too, male feminists, whatever, on the left, which, like I said, I'm kind of doing my own thing. I guess maybe I'm an anti-conformist. I know some people will say no, well, since I was born male, that I am actually conforming, but you could say it either way. Like, I was on the left and I thought I supported feminism when I thought like women were oppressed, but then I found out that like a lot of that wasn't actually true. Like, men like had to die at war and at work, so they're expected to protect and provide for women. And so I actually I don't think there was ever a time in history where women were treated worse than men. I know a lot of people aren't going to believe that. That's fine. I don't expect people to believe that. But if you are open-minded and want to check out what I have to say on this subjects, please check out my new channel. I also just talk about my life, talk about being transgender, and some of the things I do say probably people are going to see it as offensive towards women, and I don't really know what to say about that. I think that just goes to our own unique gynocentrism and viewing women favorably compared to men. So anything critical towards women, anything less than positive, is going to be seen as an attack on women. So even what I'm saying in this video, people are going to probably take it as an attack. And hopefully people who made it this far are at least somewhat receptive to the message I have to say. I guess, I don't know. So I have a few more minutes that I recorded previously, so we'll just go back to that now. So anyway, that's about all I have to say for now. Let me know what you think, whether you want to see more videos from me, also what type of videos. We're going to talk more about Andrew Yang, about men's rights issues, Israel. Because I think I can provide somewhat of a nuanced view on Israel, because I'm definitely not on the right. Like my brother's wife, I remember one point, and maybe it was somewhat hyperbole, but she's like, Obama hates Israel. I mean, the way she said it was sort of hyperbole, but it just gives you a sense of what people on the right are like. And my parents, they were liberals most of their life, but they've voted Republican, at least on the national level, Senate, President, and U.S. House. I don't know about our state, but yeah, they vote Republicans because they think it's better for Israel, which, I don't even think it is better for Israel, to be honest. I think they're enabling the right-wing Israeli government, which is doing damage. But I still think the Palestinians are instigating the violence for the most part. So, but I'm probably not going to talk that much about Israel just because I think it's such a narrow focus. They're whether it's the left or the right, in the U.S., people aren't that interested. There are a small minority of people like me who are kind of liberal leftist who support Israel and Jewish, but that's less than 1% of the population. So I don't know. Yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments, because I really need feedback to know whether I should make more videos. I know probably a lot of people are going to unsubscribe. Right now, we have over 5,000 subscribers, and some people might just have accounts that they don't check their subscriptions, in which case they won't even see this video. But the people that see this video, I'm guessing a lot of people will unsubscribe. So if you do like this video, please leave a comment. Please like the video, upvote it. I guess if you have any friends that you think might be interested, you can share this. At this point, I don't know how many people will be interested, but I thought I should at least say my piece. And if nothing else, just to promote Andrew Yang, because I think he's the new hope, to use the old expression. This is a Star Wars reference too, but yeah, he's really the only one talking about the most pressing issue. Everyone else is just pandering and bullshit, to be honest. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And once again, let me know in the comments and like, share, subscribe if you're interested. Thank you.